And here we go, people, chapter 4 of Platinum End. And before we even start off this video with talking about anything about the story, that fucking colours, man. Like, holy shit. If you've seen a single one of those chats and all that throughout the entire day, you know that these motherfuckers know how to draw. Because, like, that colour page and that front cover, mwah, I fucking marry that shit. Fucking Nase looks adorable. Fucking Myriad looks like a big pimpin' motherfucker, especially in that second color page and all that with his girl and all that. Seeing that shit, I gotta say, that was pretty goddamn fucking impressive. And it's like, let's boom, get right into that video right now. So for a lot of people that were worried about like kind of what was going on with last month's chapter, saying like, oh my god, he's dead and all that, like what the fuck's going on? And I saw a lot of people trying to mislead with that shit, saying, oh, like try to change the color of the arrow and shit like that. No, it was not the white arrow, it was the right one. But and then there was a little weird thing about it. It's like, well, what's exactly going on about this shit? Because why would she shoot like Saki? Like, why would Saki shoot him in the chest and all that? And it's like, how is this going to work? He already likes her. Like, what is like? How is this going to work out? Is he going to keep his sanity? Is there some like loophole around it? If like I'm already in love with you, and funny enough, like it just showed out his true feelings in public, and he was like he still kept his same like kind of sanity and stuff, but he would have to obey her in every way. It's like, yeah, okay, here's the plan. You have wings. Answer me a question. Now you're one of the people. And it's like, yeah, do you have wings? Do you have an arrow? And it's like, I like how it was like him saying yes or no, but it was also as well, he was telling his own perspective on it. It's like, yeah, I got the white arrow, but I didn't say I wanted it. I didn't want to use it or anything. And they're like, oh, you fucking Metropolitan Man, oh shit, like that. It's like, no, I ain't Metropolitan Man and all that. Well, we can wipe that off the list. And we find out, like, which is kind of very interesting with Saki, we don't really get too much about it, and it seems like the only thing that her, like, angel actually has is just, like, that arrow. She doesn't have the wings, she doesn't seem to have the white one, she doesn't seem to do anything, and we found out another ability with the wings is that seemingly, like, I don't know if this just works with just people that are actual angels, but it's like, you can actually share this power with people by they, like, putting, like, their hoops together. It's like, oh, they're, like, constricted, like, holding hands and, like, flying around. It was just, like, showing the entire world to her. I thought that was a really nice thing to do, to, like, showing off, like, everything. And honestly, like, until, like, the timer ran out, where they were saying, okay, like, we need to see if we can actually trust him, even with, like, the whole love thing gone down after, like, the 33 days, I believe, was the time limit. And it's like, well, here you go, like that, I still actually care for you. And her reaction is just like, eh. Like, she seems like she kind of cares, but at the same time, it seems like she's gone through some shit. And definitely as well, they kind of came to the same understanding throughout this chapter, even with, like, Nase coming in. It's like, because at first they were like, okay, like, here's the plan. You're going to go straight out there and you're going to fight Metropolitan Man. He was like, alright, then I'll do that straight away. And then kind of realizing this was what their plan was, is that, yeah, Saki either way was going to get the white arrow and the wings, because if he dies, if Mirai dies, you can get those wings, you can get all that stuff. Not to mention as well, if Metropolitan Man dies because of Mirai, then going to get the wings either way, and also, well, the arrow, so you get upgraded, and that's because, like the special class, and I believe there's only, like, a couple of the special classes from what we saw from last, like, month's chapter, that they'll just immediately be upgraded into, like, a special class angel. So I can definitely see that going on, and I'm kind of curious, like, they wanted her mainly to have, like, wings in the first place, just so she can escape and run, because she's pretty much a sitting duck, like what we saw that last guy, like, Rodriguez. It's like, he just only had the red, like, arrow, like, he couldn't do anything apart from, like, have bitches fall in love, and look how easily he got taken out on that shit. Like, you can't be having that stuff. And I did appreciate Saki was just like, yeah, by the way, yeah, just stop, don't do that, we'll think about something else, and we've got to have a plan. And it seems not from what we got from him with Metropolitan Man is like, he basically had to change, like, he changed his plans with everything, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna get everyone to fucking meet me up and all that. Like, just meet me up, we're going to I'm ordering this big venue, this big fucking stadium, everyone's going there, and well, Mirai, seemingly from what we saw at the end of the chapter, he's there, he's ready, he really want to see this shit. And I'm kind of a bit confused about this, but it's like, mainly did you schedule like the whole like venue and all that? It's like there, surely that's going to be a little more of a harder time than actually get there. But mind you, everyone will be like, oh my god, who are these 11 people? So they got to hide in public. I mean, he's going to be in the middle of the stadium and he will be able to see the angels. But I think like with such a big crowd like that, they're probably like, it's probably gonna have a little hard time, or the same case as like from what we saw with like NASA as well. Like you know, it's like she ain't gonna be there. You're gonna have to hide right out there. However, Mirai had the same issue with like the angel girl, and so since he can see the angel, he can't slip up again like what he did with Saki's angel. So it depends what he's really gonna do. I need to see what the plan is he's gonna have. I think he's got some plan or something like that, or maybe a diversion, or maybe like use Saki as a diversion. Like, there's got to be something there. He's definitely going to be in. And, you know, the big question is just what the fuck's going to happen here? Like, I'm kind of curious. Like, definitely I would say this is probably one of the more weaker chapters so far that we've gotten all that, because it was doing a lot of explaining, doing a lot of, you know, about Saki as well, kind of saying, like, we want to both, like, you know, have happiness. And it was nice that, you know, like, Mirai was actually feeling happiness from the arrow. And it was, like, one of the first few times that he's actually managed to feel it, which is nice for him, actually. It's like, even if he was being controlled, he absolutely loved it. Although he wasn't doing any, like, fucked up shit or anything. He's like, oh, lick my shoes for me. Like, I'm glad that Saki wasn't, like, the sadistic bitch or anything like that. But it's just, like, she's a very weird one, and definitely a lot more, like, we're going to be seeing in the future of this series. We're probably going to find out what is her entire deal about this. So I'm kind of curious exactly what they're going to be doing with this. Honestly, I really did like this chapter. I think I'd give this one a 7, 7.5. I think it was a good chapter. I've been doing that for pretty much everything today. It's like everything was kind of good, above average and all that, pretty good like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's else going to be happening in this series. And honestly, I think that, yeah, even though it was a week, like, 7.5 isn't a bad score. That's a great score for a series, if that's what I think the weakest chapter is. Like, the bad chapter would be like 1, 2, 3 kind of shit like that. 4 would be like that. Like, that's kind of how it goes. But honestly, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that's all from me. So thank you much for watching as always. And I will catch you guys and you Platinum fans next time.